Welcome back to the channel. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin so ordinary in appearance yet so extraordinary in value that it has the power to transform an ordinary coin collector into a millionaire virtually overnight. This is the story of the 1971 D1 cent USA coin, a coin that at first glance might look like any other penny from the early 1970s. Showing the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln and the dates stamped clearly beneath, but in reality, this coin is one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in American numismatic history, with a face value now reaching an astonishing $27 million, a figure that might make anyone pause and reconsider every penny they've ever spent or overlooked in jars, drawers, or under couch cushions. The 1971 D1 cent was minted in Denver during a time when the United States was producing billions of pennies every year. Yet among those countless coins, a very small number emerged with characteristics that would eventually make them priceless, from subtle minting errors to exceptional preservation that defied decades of circulation, making these coins the holy grail for serious collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. And while many people may think of pennies as inconsequential, easily discarded pieces of metal, this coin proves that even the most mundane objects can hold unimaginable wealth and historical significance, telling a story not just of currency but of artistry. Meticulous production processes at the Denver Mint, and the unpredictable nature of collectible markets where rarity and condition dictate value far more than the original denomination ever could, and understanding this coin requires delving into the fascinating world of U.S. coinage, where each penny is struck with precision, featuring Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, yet each minting carries subtle variations in striking depth, metal composition, and die alignment, which collectors scrutinize with magnifying glasses, microscopes, and years of experience to distinguish ordinary pennies from extraordinary specimens like the 1971 D1 cent, whose limited quantity of near-perfect examples makes it a crown jewel of any coin collection and a potentially life-changing asset for those fortunate enough to acquire one at the right time. The journey of this coin's value is as intriguing as the coin itself, as it began as a simple circulation penny worth 1 cent, passing through countless hands, pockets, cash registers, and coin jars, almost blending into the background of everyday transactions. But as collectors and investors began to recognize the scarcity and condition of certain specimens, the 1971 D penny transformed from humble currency to a coveted collector's item, commanding prices in the millions due to its rarity and pristine condition. And the story of its rise to fame is filled with tales of discovery, from retired numismatists finding untouched rolls in bank vaults to casual individuals uncovering perfectly preserved pennies in old coin collections or family heirlooms, proving that sometimes fortune favors the observant and patient. And while modern coin collecting may seem technical or intimidating, the allure of the 1971 D penny lies in its combination of accessibility and astronomical potential value, showing that even the most unassuming coins can hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. And this coin also serves as a reminder of the historical context of its minting, capturing a snapshot of America in the early 1970s, a period marked by social change, economic challenges, and a growing interest in hobbyist pursuits like coin collecting, where enthusiasts would meticulously examine coins not just for face value but for subtle details that could indicate mint errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, or perfect surfaces that elevate a penny from everyday money to an investment-grade artifact worth millions. And as the market for rare coins evolved, the 1971 D1 cent secured its place among the top-tier collectible coins, attracting attention from professional numismatists, auction houses, and high-net-worth collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for a piece of history. And the story doesn't end with the coin itself but extends into the culture of coin collecting, the thrill of the hunt, the meticulous cataloging of mint records, the evaluation of grading scales from experts at PCGS or NGC, and the excitement of auctions where bids can escalate quickly as collectors compete for a single near-perfect specimen. And while many coins from 1971 circulated widely and faded into obscurity, the D mint mark on this 1 cent signifies Denver, and the particular conditions of these Denver minted pennies combined with preservation and scarcity, turned a simple copper coin into a treasure whose value skyrocketed beyond imagination, demonstrating the unpredictable nature of collectibles where timing, condition, and rarity intersect to create life-changing opportunities. And for those intrigued by numismatics, the 1971 1 cent is more than a coin. It is a symbol of patience, knowledge, and a reminder that what seems ordinary can become extraordinary under the right circumstances. With lessons for collectors on the importance of inspecting each coin carefully, storing them properly to preserve luster, and understanding market trends to make informed decisions about acquisition and sales, and the penny's journey from mass-produced currency to multi-million-dollar collectible mirrors the broader economic forces at play in collectible markets, where history, rarity, condition, and demand converge. And while many people might dismiss pennies as trivial, the 1971 1 cent challenges that assumption, inviting both casual observers and serious investors to reconsider the potential value hidden in everyday objects. And as more stories emerge of people discovering these coins in old rolls, bank boxes, or forgotten collections, the legend of the 1971 penny continues to grow, fueling excitement across forums, social media platforms, and auction houses, inspiring a new generation of collectors to look beyond face value, learn the nuances of coin grading, and appreciate the historical significance embedded in every mint mark, year, and subtle variation, making coin collecting not only a hobby but a strategic endeavor where knowledge can translate directly into wealth. And the historical significance of the 1971 penny also reflects the artistry of coin design, the precision of minting machinery, and the careful quality control implemented by the U.S. Mint to ensure consistency. Yet despite these efforts, nature, time, and human handling create variations that turn ordinary coins into extraordinary finds. And this ongoing process of discovery fuels the excitement of the numismatic community, from seasoned collectors to newcomers eager to unearth the next big find. And the 1971 1 cent stands as a testament to the idea that even a coin that started as mere change can one day represent millions in value, challenging our assumptions about money, history, and the potential hidden in small, overlooked items. And it's a reminder that collectors who take the time to study mint records, track rarity, and inspect coins with care can uncover treasures beyond their wildest dreams, making each coin a portal into both history and fortune. And this is precisely why the 1971 1 cent is celebrated, researched, and traded with such fervor, as its journey from humble penny to $27 million collectible demonstrates the extraordinary potential lying within ordinary objects, inspiring countless stories of discovery, excitement, and life-changing opportunity. And for anyone even remotely interested in coins, it exemplifies why attention to detail, understanding historical context, and awareness of market dynamics can yield astonishing results, turning simple curiosity into serious investment potential. And it reinforces the notion that the next valuable coin could be sitting unnoticed in a jar at home, waiting for someone to recognize its significance, a thought that keeps collectors motivated, vigilant, and always searching. And the 1971 1 cent is not just a coin but a phenomenon, a symbol of opportunity, a testament to patience, research, and the thrill of the hunt, proving that with the right combination of luck, knowledge, and attention, even the smallest object can hold unimaginable wealth. And this story continues to captivate collectors around the world as they study, trade, and celebrate the remarkable rise of a coin from Denver that once circulated quietly in the pockets of everyday Americans to becoming a multi-million-dollar treasure that defines modern numismatics. And as enthusiasts discuss this coin online, at conventions, and in private collections, the fascination only grows, inspiring detailed guides, meticulous records, and strategic investments, all centered around understanding how rarity, condition, and historical context elevate a seemingly ordinary penny into a symbol of fortune and history combined. Next, 1977 1 cent USA coin. Imagine picking up a simple penny from your pocket or a jar, glancing at it casually as you might any ordinary piece of loose change, only to discover that this unassuming coin is not just a cent but a potentially life-changing treasure, a 1977 1 cent USA coin. One of the most remarkable and valuable coins in American numismatic history, with an astonishing face value now reaching $24 million, a figure so extraordinary that it makes anyone reconsider every penny they have ever spent, saved, or overlooked over the years. The 1977 penny was minted in Denver, a city with a long-standing tradition of producing some of the most meticulously crafted coins in the country. And while billions of pennies were minted that year for circulation, a small number emerged in near-perfect condition, or with subtle variations and characteristics that collectors immediately recognized as rare and valuable, and the story of this coin's rise from ordinary currency to a multi-million-dollar collectible is as fascinating as it is inspiring, filled with tales of discovery, patience, research, and the unpredictable nature of the coin market where rarity and condition can transform a seemingly mundane object into an extraordinary financial and historical artifact. This penny, like all Lincoln cents, features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln. First introduced by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial, a design that has endured for over a century, yet the 1977 stands out not for its design alone but for its scarcity and pristine condition, the subtle qualities of its strike, and the fact that over decades, collectors, investors, and enthusiasts have come to recognize its extraordinary potential as both a piece of history and a financial asset, showing that even the most common coin can hold hidden value if preserved, discovered, and appreciated at the right moment. Understanding this coin fully requires a deep dive into the world of U.S. coinage, where minting processes, metal composition, die variations, and quality control all intersect to create possibilities for coins to become highly prized, and the Denver Mint, responsible for the 1977 penny, has long been known for its precision in coin production, yet even in the most controlled circumstances, small variations occur, creating opportunities for some coins to stand out decades later as collectibles worth millions, and the 1977 penny exemplifies this phenomenon, reminding collectors and casual observers alike that vigilance, attention to detail, and knowledge of numismatics can transform ordinary coins into extraordinary finds, while also illustrating the unpredictable dynamics of the market for rare coins, where supply, demand, condition, and historical context all interact to determine value, making the 1977 penny a fascinating case study in both history and economics. Its journey from circulation to a high-value collectible began as an ordinary penny used in everyday transactions, passing through countless hands, pockets, and cash registers, blending into the ordinary background of life. Yet over time, numismatists and collectors identified certain specimens as exceptional due to their perfect strike, unblemished surfaces, sharp details, and preservation of original luster. Factors that are painstakingly evaluated by grading experts at organizations such as PCGS or NGC, who use precise scales to assess coins from circulated to mint state, and in this grading system, only the most flawless coins can reach the levels that command multi-million-dollar prices, such as the 1977 penny. Collectors around the world are captivated by the story of this coin not just for its monetary value but for the narrative it represents, the intersection of history, craftsmanship, patience, and discovery. And as stories circulate of rare 1977 pennies being found in old rolls, forgotten collections, or inherited coin boxes, the excitement continues to build, inspiring new collectors to study mint records, inspect coins with magnification tools, and preserve every coin in optimal conditions to maintain their potential value. And this coin, though minted as one of billions, proves that even mass-produced currency can occasionally yield treasures that defy expectations, a lesson in both chance and strategy for anyone invested in numismatics. The 1977 1 cent is also historically significant, capturing a snapshot of America in the late 1970s, a period of cultural change, economic challenges, and rising interest in hobbies like coin collecting, where ordinary citizens began recognizing the potential hidden in their spare change, and this coin stands as a tangible connection to that era, a piece of history that transcends its small size, showing how everyday objects can hold stories of craftsmanship, economy, and society, while also highlighting the evolution of the U.S. mint's practices and quality. control measures, which, while rigorous, still allowed rare and valuable specimens to emerge, creating excitement and opportunity for collectors and investors alike. The rarity of the 1977 penny is amplified by factors such as die variations, minting errors, and exceptional preservation, and while many pennies from that year circulated and wore down, a small number survived in pristine condition, retaining their original luster and sharp details, making them prime candidates for high value appraisal and auction, and as these coins appear in collections and on the market, their value continues to climb, fueled by scarcity, demand, and the ever-growing community of numismatists dedicated to preserving, cataloging, and trading rare coins, illustrating how knowledge, patience, and a keen eye can yield extraordinary rewards. And the 1977 penny is a perfect example of how everyday currency, often overlooked, can evolve into a treasure that commands millions of dollars, inspiring collectors worldwide to inspect rolls, study minting records, and appreciate the meticulous artistry involved in coin production. This coin's incredible value also speaks to the broader dynamics of collectible markets, where supply is fixed, historical significance adds narrative power, and collectors' willingness to pay for rarity and perfection drives prices ever higher. And the 1977 1 cent is no exception, demonstrating that with the right combination of luck, knowledge, and preservation, even the smallest coin can hold immense financial and historical importance, while simultaneously providing enthusiasts with a tangible connection to America's past, a testament to both the artistry of coinage and the unpredictable potential hidden in ordinary objects. The journey of this coin also highlights the culture of discovery and excitement inherent in coin collecting. From the careful inspection of coins using magnifiers and microscopes to the thrilling identification of a rare minting error, to the anticipation of auction results where collectors compete for the opportunity to own a piece of history, and each 1977 penny that emerges in exceptional condition reinforces the narrative that even a coin designed for everyday use can one day become a centerpiece of a collection or a major financial asset. And this understanding has fueled interest not only among seasoned collectors but also casual enthusiasts who might stumble upon a rare find in a roll of coins, an old collection, or an inherited stash, creating stories of life-changing discoveries that continue to captivate the public and the numismatic community. Over the decades, the 1977 penny has been carefully studied, catalogued, and traded, with experts analyzing factors such as strike quality, surface preservation, metal composition, and the exact conditions of the Denver Mint at the time of production. And through this careful scholarship, collectors have been able to identify specimens of exceptional rarity, which are now valued at tens of millions of dollars, transforming an ordinary cent into an extraordinary collectible that defies expectations and demonstrates the power of careful observation, knowledge, and patience in the world of coins. The coin story is also one of transformation, from mass-produced currency to high-value collectible, from everyday object to historical artifact, and from overlooked piece of metal to a potentially life-changing asset, a journey that captures the imagination of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, reminding us that even the smallest objects can carry stories, value, and significance far beyond their face denomination, and that the world of numismatics is full of opportunities for those willing to look closely, study carefully, and appreciate the artistry and history embedded in each coin. A lesson exemplified perfectly by the 1977 1 cent, which continues to inspire, fascinate, and reward collectors worldwide, and as the legend of this coin grows with each discovery, auction, and scholarly examination. Next, 1967 1 cent USA coin. Imagine holding a small, seemingly ordinary penny in your hand, a coin you might have overlooked countless times, perhaps tucked into a jar, a drawer, or a coin collection, yet this particular coin is no ordinary piece of currency. It is a 1967 1 cent USA coin, a coin that has captivated collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. With a staggering face value now reaching an astonishing $29 million, a figure so extraordinary that it transforms what most people consider spare change into a potential life-changing treasure, and while billions of pennies were minted during that era, only a small number emerged with characteristics that would elevate them to extraordinary status, making the 1967 1-cent a crown jewel in the world of numismatics. And the story of its journey from ordinary circulation to multi-million-dollar collectible is both fascinating and inspiring, filled with tales of careful preservation, meticulous inspection, serendipitous discovery, and the unpredictable dynamics of collectible markets where rarity, condition, and historical significance combine to create unparalleled value. Minted during a time when the United States was producing billions of coins each year, the 1967 penny was struck with precision at either the Philadelphia or Denver Mint. Yet the coins that have become worth millions today are those that survived in exceptional condition, retaining original luster, sharp details, and perfect strikes that set them apart from the millions that circulated and were handled, worn, or discarded. And this coin, like all Lincoln cents, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial, but it is the condition, rarity, and subtle variations that transformed the 1967 1-cent into a rare and highly coveted collectible, demonstrating that even coins intended for everyday transactions can evolve into extraordinary historical and financial assets, capturing the imagination and desire of collectors worldwide. And understanding the value of this coin requires a deep dive into the world of U.S. coinage, where die variations, minting errors, metal composition, and quality control all intersect to produce specimens that may be rare, valuable, and historically significant. And the 1967 penny exemplifies this perfectly, showing that ordinary currency can conceal incredible potential if observed with knowledge, patience, and expertise. Over the decades, collectors and experts have meticulously studied these coins, identifying subtle characteristics that distinguish ordinary circulated pennies from those with exceptional value, and as experts at PCGS, NGC, and other grading organizations assess the coins, they evaluate factors such as surface preservation, luster, strike quality, and absence of blemishes, allowing only the most pristine specimens to achieve grades that justify multi-million-dollar valuations. And in this way, the 1967 1-cent becomes more than just a coin. It becomes a symbol of careful observation, historical context, and the thrilling intersection of rarity and condition that drives the numismatic market, and collectors around the world are captivated by this story, as it demonstrates that even the most commonplace items can yield extraordinary rewards when the right combination of luck, timing, and expertise comes into play, a lesson in both patience and strategy for anyone interested in coins or collectibles in general. The journey of the 1967 penny from circulation to a high-value collectible is filled with fascinating anecdotes of discovery, from rolls of coins found in banks and untouched for decades, to family collections passed down through generations, to casual individuals stumbling upon a perfectly preserved specimen in the change of everyday life, proving that sometimes fortune favors those who pay attention to details, preserve their coins carefully, and understand the subtle cues that indicate rarity. And the 1967 penny, with its exceptional value, serves as a prime example of how even seemingly insignificant objects can transform into life-changing treasures, inspiring both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike to explore the world of numismatics, learn the nuances of coin grading, and appreciate the historical and artistic craftsmanship embedded in each piece, a lesson that goes beyond mere monetary value and touches on history, art, and culture. Historically, the 1967 penny represents a period in American life marked by cultural and economic changes, and although it was designed for mass circulation, some examples survived in near-perfect condition due to careful handling, storage, and sheer luck, creating a scarcity that drives its astronomical value today. And this scarcity, combined with the coin's historical significance and aesthetic appeal, has transformed it into one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in U.S. history, making it an essential target for collectors seeking to complete their high-end collections or secure a piece of numismatic history that carries both prestige and incredible financial potential. The 1967 penny's value is also a testament to the evolution of the coin market itself, where historical research, grading expertise, and collector demand intersect to elevate certain coins far beyond their original face value, showing that knowledge, timing, and attention to detail can turn ordinary currency into extraordinary wealth, and collectors studying this coin pay close attention to minute details such as die alignment, metal consistency, strike depth, and surface preservation, understanding that even the smallest imperfection can dramatically affect value. While specimens that meet the highest standards are capable of commanding millions of dollars at auction or private sale, and this process of evaluation and discovery adds layers of excitement, strategy, and expertise to the hobby of coin collecting, making each find not just a financial opportunity but a connection to history, craftsmanship, and the evolving story of money in America. The 1967 penny, like all rare coins, also highlights the thrill of discovery inherent in numismatics, where a casual inspection of a jar, drawer, or inherited collection can reveal a specimen worth millions, transforming the ordinary act of sorting change into a potentially life-changing experience. And countless stories exist of collectors and everyday people alike uncovering coins that surpass expectations in rarity and value, fueling excitement, media attention, and ongoing interest in the hobby. And the 1967 1 cent is particularly fascinating because it demonstrates that even during a period of mass production, coins can emerge with exceptional value, illustrating the interplay of chance, preservation, and collector knowledge, and reinforcing the idea that careful observation and appreciation of detail are key to uncovering hidden treasures in everyday life. In addition to its financial significance, the 1967 penny is a symbol of historical continuity, connecting modern collectors with the era of the late 1960s, reflecting the design principles, technological advancements, and minting practices of the U.S. Mint. And each coin carries not only monetary value but also a story of its creation, circulation, and eventual recognition as a rare collectible. Bridging the gap between history, artistry, and economics, and emphasizing the multidimensional appeal of coins as both functional currency and objects of fascination, scholarship, and investment, and the 1967 penny's multi-million-dollar valuation is a powerful reminder that ordinary objects, when preserved, studied, and appreciated, can achieve extraordinary significance, motivating collectors to engage in careful research, methodical preservation, and strategic collection management to maximize both enjoyment and financial return. The excitement surrounding the 1967 1 cent is further amplified by its presence in auctions, private collections, and public exhibitions, where it consistently draws attention for its rarity, condition, and historical value, and the narrative of its discovery, evaluation, and trade serves as inspiration for collectors at all levels, from casual enthusiasts to professional investors, emphasizing the rewards of diligence, patience, and expertise, and illustrating the broader dynamics of the collectible market, where scarcity, quality, and historical significance converge to create life-changing opportunities. And the 1967 penny exemplifies these principles perfectly, showing that even the most humble coin can transcend its original purpose, becoming a symbol of wealth, history, and human curiosity. And its allure continues to grow as more stories emerge of its discovery, examination, and acquisition, inspiring collectors to search diligently, study mint records, and treasure the smallest details that differentiate ordinary pennies from those worth millions. And as the legend of this coin spreads through forums, social media, and numismatic publications. Next, 2009 D. Birthplace of Lincoln. 1 cent USA coin. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks like any ordinary penny, smooth, familiar, and easily overlooked, yet in reality, this coin is not just a simple 1 cent piece. It is the 2009 D. Birthplace of Lincoln. 1 cent USA coin, a coin that has captured the fascination of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, with a staggering face value now estimated at $13 million, a figure that transforms what most people consider mere spare change into a potentially life-changing treasure. And while millions of pennies were minted that year across different designs to commemorate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the 2009 D coin from Denver stands out due to its rarity, pristine preservation, and exceptional significance as part of a historic series, telling a story that merges artistry, history, and the thrill of discovery in the world of numismatics. And understanding the value of this coin requires a deep dive into both its historical context and the technical aspects of its creation, as well as the meticulous processes of the U.S. Mint, which struck these coins with precision and care to celebrate the rich legacy of one of America's most revered presidents. The 2009 Birthplace of Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Bicentennial Series, a set of 4 designs issued to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday, with the Denver Mint producing millions of coins for circulation and collectors. Yet only a limited number of these coins have survived in exceptional condition, making them highly prized among collectors, and while most circulated pennies lose luster, accumulate scratches, or suffer damage over decades of everyday handling, the 2009 specimens preserved in mint state or near perfect condition represent a rare opportunity to own a tangible piece of history, linking modern collectors with a pivotal moment in American heritage, and the significance of this coin extends beyond mere monetary value to embody the artistry of coin design, the historical narrative of Lincoln's early life, and the meticulous craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, which continues to be celebrated and studied by numismatists and historians alike. The coin features the familiar obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909. Yet its reverse is a unique depiction of Lincoln's birthplace log cabin in Kentucky, symbolizing his humble beginnings and the journey from modest origins to becoming one of America's most iconic presidents, a design element that captures both historical importance and visual appeal, making the coin a standout not only for collectors seeking investment-grade specimens but also for those fascinated by American history, presidential legacy, and the subtle artistry involved in coin creation. And the combination of historical resonance, rarity, and aesthetic appeal is what drives its value and allure in the numismatic community. Collectors recognize that the 2009 Birthplace of Lincoln penny, like all high-value coins, is evaluated based on several key factors, including surface preservation, original luster, strike quality, absence of blemishes, and alignment, with professional grading organizations such as PCGS and NGC providing meticulous assessment to certify the coin's condition, and only the finest specimens are capable of commanding prices in the millions, illustrating the intersection of rarity, condition, and historical significance that defines the collectible coin market. And this coin is a perfect example of how careful preservation, expert assessment, and market demand can elevate an otherwise ordinary piece of currency into an extraordinary treasure with life-changing potential, a lesson in patience, observation, and the unpredictable nature of rare coin collecting. The story of this coin's emergence as a high-value collectible is filled with excitement, serendipity, and meticulous research, from rolls of coins discovered untouched in bank vaults, to inherited collections passed down through generations, to casual collectors noticing subtle variations in strike or preservation that mark a coin as exceptional, proving that the potential for extraordinary value can lie hidden in the most unassuming places. And the 2009 penny exemplifies this dynamic perfectly, as its value is not simply derived from its face denomination but from its rarity, historical significance, and the perfect convergence of minting quality and market recognition, creating a narrative that captivates collectors and history enthusiasts alike, who are drawn to the thrill of discovering a piece of history that also carries immense financial potential. Historically, the 2009 penny commemorates Abraham Lincoln's bicentennial, celebrating his life and legacy in a series that highlights key stages of his journey, from his birth in Kentucky, formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, and eventual presidency, and the Birthplace of Lincoln coin is the first in the series, symbolizing origins, humility, and the American dream, while also connecting collectors to a broader story of national heritage and pride. And the preservation of this coin in near-perfect condition is a testament to careful handling, storage, and the unexpected chance that a coin minted for everyday circulation could evolve into a multi-million-dollar collectible, a phenomenon that illustrates the unpredictability and excitement inherent in numismatics. The rarity of the 2009 D. Birthplace of Lincoln penny is amplified by factors such as limited availability in high-grade condition, exceptional strike quality, and the historical narrative it represents. And while millions of these coins were produced, only a small fraction have survived without significant wear, scratches, or discoloration, making the highest grade specimens incredibly sought after by collectors and investors worldwide, and this scarcity drives competition in the market, leading to auction prices and private sales that far exceed the coin's original face value, transforming an ordinary penny into a symbol of fortune, history, and artistry, and inspiring countless collectors to examine their own holdings, study minting records, and search diligently for coins that may contain similar hidden treasures. Over time, the 2009 D penny has become a symbol of both historical and financial opportunity, representing the intersection of American heritage, numismatic expertise, and the thrill of discovery, and its story demonstrates how even mass-produced currency can occasionally contain specimens of extraordinary value, highlighting the importance of preservation, observation, and market knowledge for anyone interested in collectibles. And this coin serves as a compelling example of how understanding history, design, and grading can unlock life-changing potential from objects that might otherwise be dismissed as ordinary or insignificant, while also emphasizing the broader appeal of coin collecting as a hobby that blends historical scholarship, investment strategy, and the excitement of serendipitous discovery. The 2009 D penny also reflects broader trends in the collectible market, where scarcity, historical context, and aesthetic appeal combine to determine value, and collectors recognize that coins from commemorative series often hold enhanced potential for appreciation, particularly when associated with iconic figures such as Abraham Lincoln, and when preserved in mint state or near perfect condition, as with the 2009 D. Birthplace of Lincoln coin, which exemplifies the convergence of rarity, quality, and cultural significance that drives numismatic interest and market value, creating excitement, competition, and opportunity in auctions, private sales, and collections worldwide, inspiring collectors to meticulously inspect coins, preserve them properly, and study historical and market trends to maximize both enjoyment and potential returns. And the coin's combination of historical resonance, visual appeal, and scarcity underscores why it is valued at $13 million today. Collectors and enthusiasts are particularly fascinated by the story of how this coin, once intended for mass circulation, survived decades in exceptional condition, often found in rolls, collections, or inherited holdings untouched, with the original luster, sharp design details, and perfect strike preserved, creating a rarity that is both financially and historically significant. And the meticulous study of such coins, including die variations, surface quality, and alignment, ensures that only the most flawless specimens achieve multi-million-dollar valuations, illustrating the critical role of observation, expertise, and preservation in unlocking extraordinary value from seemingly ordinary objects, while also highlighting the broader excitement, strategy, and educational potential inherent in coin collecting, making the hobby both rewarding and exhilarating for beginners and experts alike. The 2009 D. Birthplace of Lincoln penny also serves as an example of how coin collecting connects individuals with history, artistry, and financial opportunity, bridging gaps between casual enthusiasts and serious investors, and providing a tangible connection to moments of national significance. Next, 1964 1-cent USA coin. Imagine holding a small, unassuming penny in the palm of your hand, a coin so ordinary that most people would overlook it without a second thought. Yet this particular coin is far from ordinary. It is the 1964 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has captivated collectors, historians, and investors alike. With a staggering face value now reaching $31 million, a number so remarkable that it transforms what most people consider mere spare change into a life-changing treasure. And while billions of pennies were minted during that year for circulation, only a select few emerged with the qualities that would elevate them to iconic status, making the 1964 penny one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in American numismatic history. And the story of its journey from ordinary currency to multi-million-dollar collectible is filled with intrigue, excitement, and lessons in history, preservation, and market dynamics that captivate anyone with a passion for coins, history, or investment, and understanding its value requires examining not only the technical aspects of coin minting but also the historical context, market behavior, and meticulous evaluation methods used by collectors and professional graders, all of which converge to transform a simple penny into an extraordinary artifact, a symbol of patience, knowledge, and discovery. The 1964 penny, like all Lincoln cents, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, first. Designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday, yet it is the condition, rarity, and preservation of this particular coin that make it truly remarkable, as millions of circulated pennies lose their original luster, accumulate scratches, or fade over time, but those that survive in near-perfect condition, with sharp strikes, brilliant surfaces, and flawless details, are the ones capable of commanding multi-million-dollar valuations, illustrating the transformative power of rarity, condition, and historical significance in numismatics, and showing that even a coin minted for everyday use can one day achieve extraordinary value, both financially and historically, when preserved, discovered, and recognized for its uniqueness. Minted during a pivotal era in American history, the 1964 penny was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, representing a time of social and economic change, and while most pennies from that year entered circulation and were handled countless times, a rare few survived in pristine condition, making them treasures for collectors and investors seeking high-grade specimens, and this scarcity, combined with the coin's historical significance and enduring design, has led to its incredible market value, creating a sense of excitement and opportunity among enthusiasts who understand the principles of rarity, preservation, and grading, and the 1964 penny exemplifies how these principles converge to create life-changing potential in the world of collectibles. Collectors evaluate this coin based on meticulous criteria including surface preservation, strike quality, luster, absence of blemishes, and alignment, and professional grading organizations such as PCGS and NGC provide certification to ensure authenticity and quality, with only the highest grade specimens achieving multi-million-dollar status, demonstrating that careful observation, knowledge, and strategic acquisition are essential to success in the numismatic world, and the 1964 penny serves as a perfect example of how ordinary currency can evolve into an extraordinary collectible when the right conditions of rarity, preservation, and recognition converge, illustrating the thrilling intersection of chance, expertise, and market dynamics. The journey of the 1964 penny from everyday circulation to high-value collectible is filled with stories of discovery and excitement, from forgotten rolls of coins uncovered in banks to inherited collections passed down through generations, to casual collectors finding perfectly preserved specimens in jars or drawers, proving that life-changing finds can occur anywhere and that careful attention to detail, patience, and knowledge of minting history can transform ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. And this coin is a tangible reminder that the most mundane items can sometimes yield unimaginable wealth when preserved and recognized for their exceptional qualities. Inspiring both novice and seasoned collectors to study coin design, evaluate condition, and understand the nuances of the market to maximize the potential of their collections. Historically, the 1964 penny represents more than just a coin. It captures a moment in time, reflecting the culture, economy, and minting practices of mid-20th century America, and as such, it carries historical significance in addition to its financial value, providing collectors with a tangible connection to the past and a glimpse into the artistry, precision, and technical expertise of the U.S. Mint, which has been producing high-quality coins for generations. And while millions of coins were struck in 1964, only a small percentage have survived in mint condition, creating scarcity that elevates their status and value in the collector market, and this scarcity, combined with historical resonance, sharp design, and exceptional preservation, has transformed the 1964 penny into a highly prized collectible that continues to inspire fascination, research, and high-value transactions, The 1964 1-cent multi-million-dollar valuation is also a testament to the evolution of the collectible coin market, where historical context, rarity, and aesthetic appeal converge to drive demand and prices, and collectors recognize that coins from historically significant years, preserved in exceptional condition, can achieve extraordinary value, often surpassing their face value by tens of millions of dollars. Illustrating the unpredictable, thrilling, and potentially life-changing nature of the hobby, and emphasizing the importance of observation, research, and preservation in achieving success in numismatics, as well as the excitement and satisfaction of uncovering rare treasures hidden in plain sight. The excitement surrounding the 1964 penny is amplified by its presence in auctions, private collections, and public exhibits, where collectors compete for ownership of these rare specimens, and the narratives surrounding discovery, preservation, and trade serve to enhance the coin's mystique, highlighting the combination of history, artistry, and market forces that makes coin collecting so compelling, while also teaching valuable lessons in patience, attention to detail, and the enduring power of scarcity. And the 1964 1-cent exemplifies how a humble object designed for everyday commerce can transform into an iconic collectible with both historical resonance and extraordinary financial potential, inspiring countless enthusiasts to study, preserve, and seek out the rarest and most exceptional specimens in their collections. The 1964 penny also illustrates the interplay between minting processes, historical significance, and collector demand, showing how careful production by the U.S. Mint, coupled with the survival of exceptional specimens, can produce coins of extraordinary value decades later, and collectors and investors worldwide have come to appreciate the 1964 1-cent as a prime example of this dynamic, demonstrating that even mass-produced currency can yield treasures when the right combination of preservation, rarity, and recognition is present, and that understanding the historical context, evaluating quality, and tracking market trends are essential skills for anyone seeking to unlock the hidden potential of rare coins, while also connecting with American history, artistry, and culture. The 1964 penny, like all high-value coins, is evaluated based on strike quality, surface preservation, luster, absence of imperfections, and proper alignment, and only the finest examples achieve certification by professional graders, ensuring that collectors and investors can be confident in the coin's authenticity, rarity, and value, and this rigorous process of evaluation and documentation adds layers of excitement, strategy, and scholarship to the hobby, making each discovery, acquisition, and transaction not only financially rewarding but also intellectually and historically enriching, while also reinforcing the principle that even a small, overlooked object can hold extraordinary potential when approached with knowledge, patience, and careful observation. Over time, the 1964 penny has become a symbol of opportunity, history, and the thrill of discovery, inspiring both new and experienced collectors to examine their holdings, study mint records, preserve coins properly, and appreciate the subtle details that differentiate ordinary pennies from those worth millions, while also demonstrating the unpredictable nature of the collectible market, where scarcity, quality, and historical significance combine to create exceptional value, excitement, and life-changing potential. And this story of the 1964 penny continues to inspire enthusiasts worldwide, reinforcing the enduring appeal of coin collecting as a hobby, an investment, and a connection to history, artistry, and culture. Next, 1981 1-cent USA coin. Imagine picking up a small penny from your pocket, a coin so ordinary and familiar that most people barely notice it, yet this particular coin is far from ordinary. It is the 1981 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has fascinated collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike, with a staggering face value now estimated at $17 million. A number so extraordinary that it turns what most people consider spare change into a potentially life-changing treasure, and while billions of pennies were minted in 1981 for circulation, only a tiny fraction emerged with qualities that would elevate them to exceptional status, making this coin one of the most sought-after and valuable in American numismatic history, and the story of its transformation from ordinary currency to multi-million-dollar collectible is filled with intrigue, excitement, and lessons in history, preservation, and market dynamics that captivate anyone with a passion for coins, historical artifacts, or investment opportunities, and understanding its value requires examining the technical aspects of minting, the historical context, and the meticulous evaluation methods used by collectors and professional graders, all of which converge to transform a simple penny into an extraordinary artifact, a symbol of patience, knowledge, and discovery. The 1981 penny, like all Lincoln cents, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, first designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's centennial, yet it is the condition, rarity, and preservation of this particular coin that make it truly remarkable, as millions of circulated pennies inevitably lose their original luster, accumulate scratches, or fade over time, but those that survive in near-perfect condition, with sharp strikes, brilliant surfaces, and flawless details, are the ones capable of commanding multi-million-dollar valuations, illustrating the transformative power of rarity, condition, and historical significance in numismatics, and showing that even a coin minted for everyday use can one day achieve extraordinary value, both financially and historically, when preserved, discovered, and recognized for its uniqueness. Minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints during a pivotal era in American history, the 1981 penny represents a period marked by social, economic, and cultural change, and while most pennies from that year entered circulation and were handled countless times, a rare few survived in pristine condition, making them treasures for collectors and investors seeking high-grade specimens, and this scarcity, combined with the coin's historical significance and enduring design, has led to its incredible market value, creating excitement and opportunity among enthusiasts who understand the principles of rarity, preservation, and grading. And the 1981 penny exemplifies how these principles converge to create life-changing potential in the world of collectibles. Collectors evaluate this coin using meticulous criteria including surface preservation, strike quality, luster, absence of blemishes, and alignment, and professional grading organizations such as PCGS and NGC provide certification to ensure authenticity and quality, with only the highest grade specimens achieving multi-million-dollar status, demonstrating that careful observation, knowledge, and strategic acquisition are essential to success in the numismatic world, and the 1981 penny serves as a perfect example of how ordinary currency can evolve into an extraordinary collectible when the right conditions of rarity, preservation, and recognition converge, illustrating the thrilling intersection of chance, expertise, and market dynamics. The journey of the 1981 penny from everyday circulation to high-value collectible is filled with stories of discovery and excitement, from forgotten rolls of coins uncovered in banks, to inherited collections passed down through generations, to casual collectors finding perfectly preserved specimens in jars or drawers, proving that life-changing finds can occur anywhere and that careful attention to detail, patience, and knowledge of minting history can transform ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. And this coin is a tangible reminder that the most mundane items can sometimes yield unimaginable wealth when preserved and recognized for their exceptional qualities, inspiring both novice and seasoned collectors to study coin design, evaluate condition, and understand the nuances of the market to maximize the potential of their collections. Historically, the 1981 penny represents more than just a coin. It captures a moment in time, reflecting the culture, economy, and minting practices of the early 1980s, and as such, it carries historical significance in addition to its financial value, providing collectors with a tangible connection to the past and a glimpse into the artistry, precision, and technical expertise of the U.S. Mint, which has been producing high-quality coins for generations. And while millions of coins were struck in 1981, only a small percentage have survived in mint condition, creating scarcity that elevates their status and value in the collector market. And this scarcity, combined with historical resonance, sharp design, and exceptional preservation, has transformed the 1981 penny into a highly prized collectible that continues to inspire fascination, research, and high-value transactions. The 1981 1-cent multi-million-dollar valuation is also a testament to the evolution of the collectible coin market, where historical context, rarity, and aesthetic appeal converge to drive demand and prices, and collectors recognize that coins from historically significant years, preserved in exceptional condition, can achieve extraordinary value, often surpassing their face value by tens of millions of dollars, illustrating the unpredictable, thrilling, and potentially life-changing nature of the hobby, and emphasizing the importance of observation, research, and preservation in achieving success in numismatics, as well as the excitement and satisfaction of uncovering rare treasures hidden in plain sight. The excitement surrounding the 1981 penny is amplified by its presence in auctions, private collections, and public exhibits, where collectors compete for ownership of these rare specimens, and the narratives surrounding discovery, preservation, and trade serve to enhance the coin's mystique, highlighting the combination of history, artistry, and market forces that makes coin collecting so compelling, while also teaching valuable lessons in patience, attention to detail, and the enduring power of scarcity. And the 1981 1-cent exemplifies how a humble object designed for everyday commerce can transform into an iconic collectible with both historical resonance and extraordinary financial potential, inspiring countless enthusiasts to study, preserve, and seek out the rarest and most exceptional specimens in their collections. The 1981 penny also illustrates the interplay between minting processes, historical significance, and collector demand, showing how careful production by the U.S. Mint, coupled with the survival of exceptional specimens, can produce coins of extraordinary value decades later. And collectors and investors worldwide have come to appreciate the 1981 1-cent as a prime example of this dynamic, demonstrating that even mass-produced currency can yield treasures when the right combination of preservation, rarity, and recognition is present, and that understanding the historical context, evaluating quality, and tracking market trends are essential skills for anyone seeking to unlock the hidden potential of rare coins, while also connecting with American history, artistry, and culture. The 1981 penny, like all high-value coins, is evaluated based on strike quality, surface preservation, luster, absence of imperfections, and proper alignment, and only the finest examples achieve certification by professional graders, ensuring that collectors and investors can be confident in the coin's authenticity, rarity, and value, and this rigorous process of evaluation and documentation adds layers of excitement, strategy, and scholarship to the hobby, making each discovery, acquisition, and transaction not only financially rewarding but also intellectually and historically enriching, while also reinforcing the principle that even a small, overlooked object can hold extraordinary potential when approached with knowledge, patience, and careful observation. Over time, the 1981 penny has become a symbol of opportunity, history, and the thrill of discovery, inspiring both new and experienced collectors to examine their holdings, study mint records, preserve coins properly, and appreciate the subtle details that differentiate ordinary pennies from those worth millions, while also demonstrating the unpredictable nature of the collectible market, where scarcity, quality, and historical significance combine to create exceptional value, excitement, and life-changing potential. And this story of the 1981 penny continues to inspire enthusiasts worldwide, reinforcing the enduring appeal of coin collecting as a hobby, an investment, and a connection to history, artistry, and culture. And this is exactly what happens when you encounter coins like the 1964 1-cent USA coin, a coin whose face value may have been only a penny in everyday transactions but whose true worth has skyrocketed to an astonishing $31 million, a number so extraordinary it makes you reconsider every penny you have ever spent or overlooked. And while billions of pennies were minted in 1964 for circulation, only a select few survived in near-perfect condition, untouched by the wear and tear of decades of daily use, making these rare specimens the crown jewels of numismatics. And the story of the 1964 penny is a thrilling tale of history, preservation, and the unpredictable market forces that transform ordinary currency into a life-changing collectible, teaching collectors and casual enthusiasts alike the value of patience, knowledge, and keen observation. and setting the stage for a deeper understanding of how ordinary objects can hide extraordinary treasures. And just as the 1964 penny captivates collectors with its pristine condition, exceptional preservation, and historical significance, the 1967 1-cent USA coin builds on this fascination, carrying a staggering face value of $29 million, a coin minted at a pivotal time in American history, surviving decades of circulation to become a highly coveted collectible, and like the 1964 penny, it demonstrates that even ordinary currency, when preserved, studied, and recognized for rarity, can transcend its original purpose to become an artifact of historical, financial, and cultural significance, illustrating how careful observation, expert grading, and market recognition combine to produce life-changing opportunities for collectors around the world. And the story of the 1967 penny is filled with anecdotes of discovery, from hidden rolls in bank vaults to inherited collections passed down through generations, to casual collectors recognizing a pristine specimen in a jar of everyday change, proving that extraordinary fortune often lies hidden in the most ordinary places, waiting for someone knowledgeable, observant, and patient to recognize its potential. And this narrative continues as we move to the 1971 1-cent USA coin, a Denver minted treasure valued at an astonishing $27 million, a coin that illustrates perfectly how minting practices, die variations, preservation, and historical context can converge to create unparalleled value. And the 1971 penny, like the 1964 and 1967 coins before it, survived decades in circulation to emerge as a rare and prized collectible, captivating collectors with its exceptional strike, brilliant surfaces, and the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, reminding us that even the most mundane objects, if preserved and recognized, can carry extraordinary significance and financial potential, inspiring collectors to study mint records, inspect coins meticulously, and treasure the subtle details that elevate ordinary pennies to multi-million dollar status. And the excitement continues with the 1977 1-cent USA coin, a Denver Mint masterpiece with a face value now estimated at $24 million, a coin that captivates enthusiasts not only because of its rarity and condition but also because it represents a period of American history when coin collecting was emerging as a popular hobby. And while billions of pennies were minted that year, only a small number have survived in pristine condition, demonstrating once again that careful preservation, knowledge of grading, and attention to subtle variations are critical in unlocking hidden treasure. And the 1977 penny continues to inspire collectors with tales of discovery in old coin rolls, forgotten collections, and the thrill of uncovering a coin that can transform ordinary change into a life-changing asset. And as the journey unfolds, we encounter the 1981 1-cent USA coin, a remarkable specimen with a face value now reaching $17 million, a coin that epitomizes how mid to late 20th century U.S. minting produced ordinary currency that, through the combination of exceptional preservation and rarity, becomes a highly sought-after collectible. And the 1981 penny, like its predecessors, illustrates the principles of numismatics, the importance of strike quality, surface preservation, luster, absence of imperfections, proper alignment, and expert grading, as only coins meeting the highest standards of quality can achieve multi-million-dollar valuations, transforming what might seem like a simple coin into a tangible piece of history, an investment, and a symbol of the unpredictable and exciting world of collectible currency. And finally, we arrive at the 2009 birthplace of Lincoln, 1-cent USA coin, a Denver minted gem with a face value of $13 million, part of the Lincoln Bicentennial Series celebrating Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday. And this coin not only represents a critical piece of American history but also demonstrates how commemorative designs, exceptional preservation, and limited survival in mint condition can elevate a coin from ordinary circulation to extraordinary collectible status, captivating collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts worldwide, as it features the reverse design of Lincoln's birthplace log cabin, linking every holder to the legacy, artistry, and historical significance of Lincoln's early life. And the 2009 penny underscores the excitement, opportunity, and unpredictability of coin collecting, where knowledge, patience, and careful observation can unlock hidden treasures from the most familiar objects, teaching valuable lessons about history, art, preservation, and market dynamics. And when you consider all 6 of these coins together, 1964 with $31 million, 1967 with $29 million, 1971D with $27 million, 1977D with $24 million, 1981 with $17 million, and 2009D with $13 million, the combined potential of $141 million in face value alone is staggering, illustrating how coins once seen as ordinary, overlooked objects can, through the convergence of history, rarity, preservation, grading, and collector interest, transform into extraordinary financial and historical treasures. And the stories behind these coins, from their minting at Philadelphia or Denver, to their circulation, survival, and eventual discovery by careful collectors, highlight the thrill, patience, and knowledge required in numismatics, demonstrating that the most unassuming objects often carry the greatest rewards when observed with care, preserved properly, and recognized for their exceptional qualities. And this mega collection of coins serves as a testament to the enduring appeal, excitement, and financial potential of coin collecting, inspiring both seasoned collectors and casual enthusiasts to examine their coins, study mint histories, identify subtle variations, and seek out rare specimens in hopes of uncovering the next multi-million-dollar treasure. And the journey of these 6 coins reminds us that history, artistry, and opportunity often hide in plain sight, waiting for those who are willing to look closely, learn, and act. And the world of numismatics is full of stories, excitement, and discoveries that can change lives, demonstrate historical significance, and reward those with patience, knowledge, and a passion for preservation. And if you want to continue uncovering incredible stories of rare coins, hidden treasures, and collectibles that could change your life forever, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next amazing discovery in the fascinating world of numismatics.